Hey guys, welcome back to the Comeback Era podcast. I'm Caroline,
And I'm Kayla.
and I'm so excited this week because my best friend is on our episode this week, Angela Amezcua. I always get nervous I say your name wrong, and then it's like Amezcua, and then you're my best friend, and I should know this.
Yeah.
I always like second guess it every time, but we've got Amangela.
Amangela.
You know what? It's fine. Just call me Amangela.
Amangela is here. Angela Amezcua is on the podcast. One of my best friends who I weirdly enough met through Bachelor Nation.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of one of the coolest things ever to have our friendship come out of that experience.
I love it.
But Angela is a model, reality TV star, and just overall amazing human being. And I'm so excited for you guys to get to know her today because she has some crazy stories.
I can't wait to hear.
Some really juicy.
I've heard a little bit. So.
She's got some hot goss, but more than anything, like Angela's been through some shit. She's been in kind of an uphill battle the last few years. And I'm so inspired by her story. And I'm just really excited for you guys to hear about the comeback that she has been through and is currently in. So, Ange, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm so excited. What an intro.
Well, I mean,
it's a Amezcua, just for the record.
Amezcua. I know that because you said it's like a mask, like you wear on your face.
Yes.
Last name? Yeah. Amezcua.
Yeah.
Amezcua.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said whenever I get married, I'm going to marry somebody with a last name like Smith or Jones or just something that's so easy and you can't mess up. Because anytime I'm like doing a takeout order or whatever, they're like, what's the last name? And I'm just like, don't even bother. Just put it under Angela.
Yeah, you just need to make a fake one.
Like it's Smith. Yeah. Angela Smith.
Yeah.
Sometimes my takeout name is Lola. I just like go for a different name.
Oh, that's fun.
Cute.
You ever do that?
No, never.
Just Kayla every time?
Every time.
You gotta keep it interesting, Kayla. Come on.
Yeah,
now.
I know. I guess I need to work on that.
I know. Like Lola's just kind of a fun one. It's easy. It's 4 letters. Like it's a win-win for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
A little takeout alter ego.
Lola.
I'm just going to the Summer I Turned Pretty. The girl Lola Tongue. That was our show with Caroline.
Yeah. Belly. How they came with Belly is.
Belly is the worst name ever.
The worst.
I would never want to be named Belly. That's for sure.
Did you ever watch that show?
I did watch episode or season 1, and that's about it.
Oh, that's actually impressive for you.
I know.
She doesn't watch a lot of TV.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
That's me and Angela's show.
It is. We would literally lay in bed and just like we would eat caramels.
Yeah, that's exactly what and then she would come down the Cape. It would always like air right when she would come visit me in the Cape. And then
and it's like such a scene, like you guys are in the scene.
Yeah,
I feel like, right?
It really felt like that whole experience.
I don't know where it takes place, but it seems very like, if I had to guess,
it's
in that
supposed
area.
to take place in Cape Cod.
Okay, well,
yeah,
so
very nostalgic.
Perfect.
And I think that honestly, half of the battle with me and Army Boy was that show fed into
our delusion.
My delusion. Yeah. I think like that show just made you want to be in love.
Of course.
And it was like
but not with Army Boy.
Yeah, not with Army Boy. Right. We'll leave him.
Caroline knows I am a firm no bueno on the Army Boy.
Yes. And the thing that's amazing about Angela is she's one of the most loyal friends that you'll ever have.
That's amazing.
Any time like if someone has wronged you, she will never. There's no room for forgiveness.
I love that.
There's not.
Ride or die.
There's not, and I love that about you.
I am so ride or die. I'm so all or nothing. It's just that's who I am.
Oh, she's great. The best friend you could ever ask for. Like she's somebody like she wouldn't ask questions. She'd be like, "I will
whatever you need. I'm there." Yeah.
If you asked her to bury a body, she'd be like, "Okay, let's pray about this first."
Yeah.
And then she would get a shovel.
Like,
that's like the most you way to describe you.
Yeah, like let's pray first, and then like what are the coordinates? Where are we going?
Yeah, have God lead the way.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ange, I don't want to. I want to let you kind of. I don't want to make you guide the interview, but I also want you to talk about things that you're comfortable with.
Okay.
I know the first elephant in the room for me before we get into all the fun Bachelor stuff is both you have had to put your life on hold for the last couple of years in so many ways to be there for a family member. I guess part of it, I think a lot of people can relate to this piece of your story about having to put their wants aside for what somebody else that they love and care about needs.
Yeah.
So I know that that's been really hard for you, and it's not something that you've ever spoken about publicly. Um, what are you comfortable talking about, and do you wanna share a little bit of your story of what you've been through the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm not comfortable talking about like details right now,
Right.
but I have said in the past that I was a caregiver at some point for a family member, and this is like a very close family member. It's not like somebody who's distant. It's like my whole world family member.
Mhm.
And the past 7 years, it has just been a journey, an up and down battle, and there have been moments where I felt like, okay, I can go live my life. Hence, when if I would live in Canada or I would live in California, I was like, okay, like things are good. I can go live my life. And then there have been moments like the past year, where I think the past year has been probably the worst year of my life. We're climbing up out of that, so I'm so thankful for that to be happening right now. But like the last year has been the most challenging probably thus far, personally, and like with the whole family member caregiving situation. I stopped everything my whole life, and it was very challenging. Caroline was there for me every day through it, basically. But it's hard because I'm kind of at this pivotal moment in my life. I just turned 36 a couple months ago, and all I've wanted for literally for as long as I can remember in life is to be a wife and a mom. Like I truly feel in my bones, in my soul, and everything in me that like that is why God put me on this earth. I am just such a lover, a nurturer. I like to take care of people, and I just want some babies and a husband, and like that's why God put me on this earth. So it's kind of been like this little dance that I've had to figure out, especially the last year, but the last several years of I need to be there for my family member, but also like I know I'm on a clock. Like we as women, unfortunately, it's not fair, but we're on a clock. And I do have my eggs frozen because of Caroline.
That was the question I was gonna
Yeah.
ask.
Oh, yeah,
Because of Caroline.
I
We'll
will
get
get
into that.
everyone and
Yeah.
their mother to freeze their eggs because I don't
Yeah.
think you realize how loud the clock is ticking
Yeah.
Yeah.
until you're frozen in time, and by
Yeah.
frozen in time, I mean your eggs are in the cooler. And
Yeah.
I think it allows you to have a lot more discernment with the men that you choose in life
100%.
because
You made me really look at that, like, I never thought about it like that.
yeah, because it's like, I mean, I almost ended up with Crazy Guy. We don't use real names because,
Yeah,
Listen,
there's a
I'm
bunch
here
of
for
for
MOs.
using
legal
real names
purposes.
either.
Legal
Go ahead,
purposes,
give them
Crazy
nicknames, that's
Guys.
fine.
Yeah, we love a nickname, so feel free to,
Mhm.
Oh
put a
gosh.
nickname on
I gotta think
everybody.
on that.
Yeah.
Um, Crazy Guy, we all know who that is though, so
Yes.
he's fucking crazy. But I almost settled for someone who was crazy because I just kind of was, like, going through the motions. I'm like, "Oh, I've gotta do these things," and it wasn't
Hmm.
until I had that one little baby egg on ice where I got to zoom out and be like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
this guy is crazy. What am I doing here?" Like, one, like, for myself, like, I couldn't leave the guy for myself, but I could leave him for my daughter.
Mm.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put my daughter through this having this as her father.
Right.
Yeah.
So you froze your eggs.
How many eggs do you have?
She's
I have, oh my gosh, I don't even remember, 14?
so many. They had
Wow.
to stop, like,
I
stimulating
think.
her because her ovaries were just like an egg
Literally,
factory.
listen, I'm fertile Myrtle, so
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys. So
I get
I
it.
feel like, I can hit up both of you guys if I
I
need
have the
to.
opposite
Yeah.
problem, exactly, like, I'm like, "Stay away, don't
Yeah.
even look at me because 'cause I'm gonna
Don't
get
even look
pregnant."
at me. Oh my gosh. No, Caroline, that was very like it ends with us. Like I love it. We're just like, I'm just gonna talk our lingo. Like it's very it
Yeah,
ends with you of like, no, like if not for me, then I'm gonna do this for like my future daughter or whatever.
Yeah, I
Because
love that.
that's
it ends
I
with us.
know, I'm sure obviously we'll talk about it, but like I know how hard it is to get out of a abusive
You
relationship.
do.
Like I know, and it's
You do. That you do.
I do. So I relate to you on that of the struggle. And then it's like all of a sudden one day you're like, wait a second. Like it takes a minute, unfortunately. And
It's
that's
hard, and
yeah.
especially, like, for what you went through. Um, should we just call
And
him
I'm, like, blind here, so it's like I'm coming in for the like, I have no idea, so if
Hi
I have
Kayla. I've never
questions.
met Kayla. So
Yeah,
hi.
hi, nice to meet
That's
you.
I
okay,
feel
I
like I
have
know you through Caroline though at this
yeah.
point.
Okay,
Yes,
perfect.
likewise.
So Angela had her very own crazy boy. We'll call him
Okay.
Angela's crazy boy.
Okay. How long were you guys together?
Gosh, like from start to end, 2.5 years, maybe? 2?
Are
I
we
don't know,
is
actually.
this, like, including because
We're
you guys
not
did break up
oh,
for
yeah. Okay,
a
never mind.
second.
Okay, so it was off and on again?
No, I think there was one off and then one back on.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't honestly God, it's like there was one fully obviously, like, on period.
Okay. Can I ask how you guys met?
That would
Just
give away
spoiler.
Oh,
identity.
okay. Okay, because I always am like, how you meet them is how you lose them, kind of thing.
Well,
No?
Mm,
yeah.
Okay.
well,
Maybe
about
that's
that.
just personal experience.
We'll tell you after.
Okay.
Um,
There I
Okay, we don't need to know. That's fine.
It's just the thing is like, and I really admire this about Angela because these people are there are public figures,
Okay.
and I admire that she, even though some of them don't deserve her respect.
I mean, yeah, I get
If
it.
he ever watches this, just know that I know everything and I have no respect for you. But because I have respect for her, I'm gonna shut my fucking mouth. That's all.
yeah, I mean,
Okay,
like she said earlier, it's like loyal to a fault almost.
Loyal to a
Like
fault.
I
same.
am I am loyal as much as I just want to go out there and
I know.
I know that God God will do it all in the end for me. Like I don't
That's
need to do
true.
that. God will take
Yeah.
care of that.
It's
So
really hard too. It's a
it is.
self, it's like finding forgiveness every single day. Forgiveness
Yeah.
is a daily chore for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure
Um,
you relate to that. I have heard a little bit of things, so I know. I love that like all of us are just we're just everything's so relatable. It's like same but different, right?
yeah,
Well,
I feel like that's
100%.
womanhood.
Yeah, and
that is
everyone has a
womanhood.
story, and it's like we can all use
Mhm.
each other's story to learn new things and do better. So, like, that's the
Mhm.
goal, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you found now looking back, would you say that there were red flags in the beginning, or is this
Yeah.
something that happened? Okay.
No, it was 100, but like it was one of those things where looking back and even during, I am just so mad at myself. Like obviously I've
Mhm.
forgiven myself for like
Compromising.
compromising, like, for allowing someone to treat me that way and then still going back, right? I think
Totally.
that's like, in the moment, like, clearly, like, I didn't know that was gonna happen when I got
Right.
into it, but I think what I'm upset with myself about is that I saw true colors and I've just always the type of person who, like, wants to believe the best in
Yeah, you wanna give them
everybody,
the benefit of the doubt, it sounds
and
like.
yeah, and it's almost like the whole thing of like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me type of
Mhm.
thing. And that's where I am like, girl, like now I feel like now I'm would never,
Right.
ever.
Because you live and you
You
learn,
learned.
you know?
Right.
That's the
Right.
thing. And it's funny, there was something that there was this moment where you were like, "So" we were in the car, and I remember we were in the
I
movies.
remember no, I remember it literally I remember the part of the freeway, like, I can picture the lighting, the, like, everything, I remember
Yeah,
it perfectly. But you know what's funny?
and
It's you and I both have had these moments with each other.
I know, but it's funny, so, like, I've had this moment for it's this moment where so this guy that she
Yeah,
was
what
dating,
happened?
first of all, to sum up, like, a quick summary for, like, how I picture your first stint with this guy, he threw a knife in the wall.
Wait, that was the first stint?
First stint with
Okay,
this guy, and I
okay.
was like
Red flag.
and
Near
I
me, by the way.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah,
It wasn't like he did it when I wasn't there. Like I was
no,
Oh
just
my
in
gosh.
general, ever, no, no,
Wow.
and then to
yeah.
do it near you, around you, paired with all of the other shit that he did and
Yeah.
said and would put you through,
Yeah.
and I was like, "No," and you were like, "I just feel it." You're like, "I," you said to me, she was like, "I know how you feel about this." She's like, "But in my heart, for some reason, it's not done." And she's
Yeah.
like, "You have to, like, let me, like, do this." And I
You
was
have to sometimes get so disgusted with yourself and the other
Yeah.
person because that's the way that you can break it. I'm the same way where I've done things where I look back and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I just completely like lost myself." But you know
Yes.
what? I do like to always give gratitude to the fact that it just goes to show like how much of a heart you have, how forgiving you are, how loving you are, and that love will always come back to you. And it's
Yeah.
like let them live with who they are because
Mhm.
that will always come back to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
And there's a lesson that you, like, for whatever reason, hadn't learned yet,
right.
and I'm a huge believer, and it was this thing where, like, I love you, so I didn't want you to go back to somebody who I knew was really, really toxic
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
just, like, very emotionally abusive. But the thing was is, like, the way that you, like, kinda, like, leveled it out and were like, I have this is a thing I have to, like,
Do for
God put it
myself.
on my heart.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, it's such a thing for myself and also, like, to have a little grace with myself, like, for whatever reason, I haven't fully, like, come to terms on this, like, life lesson and soul contract that I have with this person. And then one day you just get the ick so hard, you're like, "I'm out."
Yeah, and it just
Ugh.
levels up your self-worth each time where you're like, "I will never put up with that again," and then
Yeah.
it's like the next God's like, "Okay, here's the next lesson."
Yeah, I will say though, like, that whole experience, it did, like, break my confidence. I've always been a very
Yes.
confident, like, woman. Like, I've known for a very long time, I feel so blessed. Like, I know in my core who I am,
Mhm,
and I have
mhm,
known. Like, that doesn't mean
mhm.
that there's room for growth, but, like, my core, I've always, like, felt very secure and confident, like, this is me, and I know that this is me, and I'm happy
Right.
that this is me. And, like, I've always just been confident, like, in general, like, socially, like, with guys, like, with friends, like, in myself, like, not in, like, a pompous way,
Right.
but, like,
No,
I've
but
just
you're
been
allowed to be
comfortable.
confident.
But,
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
that whole relationship really, like, messed with me, and as much as I don't wanna admit that, like, out
No, that's
loud,
totally fine.
it really,
Girl
like,
bands who's
it's
that has happened to, like,
Absolutely.
well, and I
And
it's
think
I
that's
was
why
just
I'm, like,
telling
sharing about it, is because,
right,
like, and I also am
to get it
just
out.
I'm like, it took a long time, like, probably, like, months, if not a year for me to finally start feeling like myself again. Like, I don't know what it was.
Mhm.
There was, like, a line oh, it's gonna bother me. There's, like, a line in a song, and it's, like I think it was Olivia Rodrigo song, and it's, like, I'm, like, basically, like, I wonder if I'll find myself again, or, like, I wonder if I'll, like, ever be
Yeah.
who I was. I can't remember, it's gonna bother me, I have to look it
Mhm.
up after this, but, like, there was a moment where I was, like, sad because I'm like, "I don't know if I'm ever gonna feel how I ever felt about myself again because of this stupid, like, person who's just, like, broke me." And I'm
Mhm.
mad
I
at
was gonna say
myself for
motherfuck that
letting
bitch.
No way.
letting somebody break me, but, like, also, like, you don't get to do that because
Mhm.
now, like you were saying, like, I go to sleep at the end of the night with my decisions on my heart, and you go to bed with yours. Like, you know what you did. You
Absolutely.
know what you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
Don't
that's on
threaten me with
you.
a "you know what you
And
did,"
I
'cause
believe God
I'll
does
go to bed.
Who
reward
is
those with a
she?
good, genuine heart. What'd you say?
We had this thing
Caroline and
for
I had
that
this thing from the very first day we ever met.
and we met in Bachelor in Paradise, so, like,
Oh,
obviously, there's like, everyone's dating everybody. It's, like, the weirdest little social
yeah.
experiment to
Yeah,
be involved in.
you guys and your little cult.
And
The
yeah,
bubble.
our little weird
Yeah.
polyamorous, like, whatever, the whole whatever,
Yeah.
and so we would just make this joke of, like, anytime some guy was like, I don't know, we're just like, "Who is she?" And just,
Who
like,
is she?
I don't know,
We
just this funny little
Caroline and
thing
I
to, like,
bonded
make
over
light of the
Mexican
situation that we're in.
Doritos. That's where our true
Hmm.
love
And
began.
honestly, with you sitting there, like, hoping Clay Harbor was gonna show up on the beach
Oh my god.
the first time.
Yeah. Well, we
I
all know how
mean,
that turned out.
do you wanna
What
talk about
happened?
so Clay is a guy so just to set
Uh,
the scene for everybody,
Yeah, fill us in as if we don't know anything.
this
Like,
is
I'm
so
the blind
her
here.
and I were on Bachelor in Paradise,
Okay.
and she was like, "You know who I think is really
Do you know
attractive?"
who's coming in before they come?
No idea.
no, but
Okay.
wait, hold on. I need to preface this because this makes it sound like I was like yearning for Clay, and that's really not
Okay.
what happened. While we were in paradise, one of the
Everybody can admit
guys,
that that guy's hot, like, we can admit that he's hot.
is it bad that like I don't think he's attractive anymore?
Well,
Well,
that's
because
because you
yeah,
got
because you
the
got
ick,
the ick.
obviously.
Okay. But yes, I
Yeah,
mean, like,
because you
general
should
consensus is I was very, very much attracted to him at one point in my life. But,
Okay,
like,
so he's
in my
attractive guy.
defense in my
hold on,
defense,
I
we
gotta
were
show let me
in
show her a photo, hold
oh,
Okay.
on.
okay. We were
We gotta
in
see, she gotta
paradise,
send
and
over.
one of the guys who was friends with Clay was like, "Oh my gosh, like, Clay and you would be so good together," and, like, da 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 da, and I obviously thought he was hot. I'm
The
done,
first photo that comes up is him lifting his shirt, showing off his
No,
abs.
stop,
we
that
always talk about
tracks,
a guy
that
that does
tracks.
this.
Like, that
Let's
literally
see.
tracks.
This
Oh,
is
he's cute.
so
Not my type,
handsome.
but very cute.
Very
Clay,
hands on.
you go to the gym for 4 hours.
Yeah, that's a little vain.
I love it.
Um,
Iconic moment
You
in
love it.
iconic
TV
moment.
history.
You do not.
But so the guy was like, "Oh, you guys would be a good match." And like I thought he was hot and I was like, "Oh, like is he going to show up?" And like he was like, "I don't know, he might show up, he might not." And I was like, "So, okay." So that was the whole setting the scene. I didn't go
Gotcha.
into Paradise being like, "I hope Clay's here." I didn't
Okay,
really
so it's
like
not like something you were, like, requesting to the producers
correct.
beforehand. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But he did not show up.
Oh,
And um that friend that told me about him ended up setting us up after Paradise. And so like
okay.
Clay texted me one day and was like, "Hey, this is Clay, like blah blah blah." And it kind of just like s- ended up us being in a relationship from that.
Cool. Got it.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
so Angela has this thing where she's dated a few people from Bachelor Nation, but ironically
I
did
feel like you
not
guys all
meet them on
do.
the show.
Well, it's crazy because like I don't even mean to and I don't even like want a bachelor. Like it's not like I'm like, "Ooh, I have to have a bachelor guy." Like literally two of the bachelor people that I've dated, like Caroline said, I didn't meet them on the show, like at all.
Mhm.
And like the last one that I dated, I was like, "Shit." Like I don't want him to have been on the show. It was like
Yeah.
He wasn't
it
in
was
the
like
Bachelor
forever
circles
ago.
of
No,
the
yeah.
second one.
Yeah,
So
he was like
Okay.
Clay like
forever ago.
was very much, and you were on the shows, and like after the shows, we talked about how like everybody from the
You
shows
guys can
hangs
all
out.
relate to each other with
Yeah.
something that's, like,
We
a
intermingle.
for sure, and I totally understand that. It's like
Yeah.
you guys all have this, like, bond, obviously, some
Yeah.
bond, between you
Yeah.
all, whether
Yeah.
you want it or not, but yeah.
True. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so going back to the crazy ex, you guys were together 2 years, he threw the knife. How did you guys officially end things? I mean, obviously, it sounds like things were just
Because
wild throughout, off and on.
I think the problem is to kind of like help our the women in the audience listening to this. um, it sneaks up on you and you love these people and then they
mhm.
emotionally manipulate you because like
Mhm.
you know what I mean, like there's certain things like with your ex-husband and things like that, and with the crazy people we've allowed in, and the problem is you love these people and
For
then
sure.
they really hurt you and then they manipulate you in the way that they do things. So like I want people to kind of hear your story and know that they can get out,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and that it like, I think there's so much shame associated with it, like, "How did I let this happen?"
Yeah.
And, how did you kind of get out of that? How did you pick yourself up by the bootstraps and, like, finally, like, realize it was time to get out?
Right.
I think whenever I started feeling guilty, so like I would just be like, "I'm not doing this." Like he would do something horrific, like honestly horrific, and I would be like, "No, I'm not doing this. I'm not allowing this." And then he was just he wouldn't let me go. Is the thing. Like
Mm.
he
Hey,
would
men
go to
want to, yeah.
great lengths. I mean, I
Which
can't
makes
even
you feel
tell you.
chosen, and then you're
Well, it's
like,
not even
"Okay."
chosen. It's like I almost felt guilty. Like, oh my God, he showed up here. Like,
Mm.
let
Oh.
me at least hear what he has to say.
Oh,
Or
wow.
he'll, like, just all of these things. And it got to the point where instead of me being like, oh, like, I feel like I'm supposed to be with this person,
Right.
it would almost be like, shit, I feel bad. Like, I can't just like be like, I'm too nice, I think.
Mm. Yeah.
It didn't help in that situation. But at the very end, I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like it was like something inside of me just snapped. And it also helped that there was a compilation of about 70 probably things, not really, but like
Right.
like I can think of 3 to 4 massive events that occurred that like it should have only taken one of those, one being the
Right.
knife being thrown.
Okay.
But I mean, I was like, stop being a dumb bitch
Yeah.
to myself.
So why do
Yeah.
we think
And I
that is
deserve
though, that
better.
For
where these
100%.
events happen, and why do you like, for you, Angela, like,
Mhm.
what happened that made you like give him a second, third, and you said, there's 4 events, like what
Yeah.
made you give him, 3 extra chances there?
I think because when I love hard. I give my
Mhm.
whole soul to somebody.
Same.
When I love hard. I am in. I am with
Mhm.
you. Like Caroline said, I'll be like, what are we doing? Sure, I got your back.
Yeah.
And I think I always just follow my heart, like, which obviously in this scenario wasn't
Can lead you
smart,
astray. Right.
but I think, like, I do trust myself. This
Mhm.
whole instance of, like, that relationship, like, that abusive relationship was just, like, made me kind of start to second guess myself a little bit, but at the end of the day, like, I still trust myself.
Yeah.
So, I
You
think it
lose your
was just
intuition a little bit.
yeah, I think it
Mhm.
was just that I was, like, had this moment of, like, I am not going to deal with this for the rest of my life. And another thing I will say is, like, if I were to have a baby with this man, I would be really upset. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
happy because then I'd be like, okay, I'm stuck with this person for X amount of time. And like, that's not a good reaction to have to somebody that you're supposed to be like dating or in a relationship or like
No,
working
not at
things out.
all.
So I think
And
that was
especially,
another
like,
like further thing to be like, all right, like I'm done with this then.
yeah, gave you that final, straw for sure.
Yeah.
But I always say, like, you know, as much as we wanna act, but, like, kids honestly make relationships 10 times harder. So if it's really hard before you have kids,
Right.
I don't recommend throwing a child in there to try to repair or see
Yeah.
if things get better because I feel like almost 9 out of 10 times it gets worse. It's a lot. It's so hard having children, especially when a relationship is rocky. And I always like I think now looking back have been married, if you are married, if you are not married and don't have kids, you should have the mindset that you are single. Like you're not married. Like you're single until you are married, even if you're in a relationship, because it's like until you fully devote yourself to that person, you know, don't falter on your boundaries. You know what I mean?
And I think all of us have that issue because all of us bring wife energy to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's something that I know that all of us are really proud of. Like, I love that that's how I love. I love that I'm not
Mhm.
just some rebound or hookup or whatever.
Yes.
Like,
But not everybody deserves a wife.
right. And that's the thing is
You
that
can
Damn.
just
still be a
because
wife and
that's
not give wife energy. So,
say that
Not
again.
yes,
everybody deserves a wife.
not
Amen. Say
everybody
it
deserves a
louder for
wife.
the
No.
people in
Yeah.
the back.
Say it louder to me next time I try and let somebody else in. Because
Oh, I
like,
will.
fuck.
The way that you are whipping me into shape for
Ugh.
sure. I
She
will.
I can't I'm not allowed to go back to Massachusetts because I can't leave her
No, she
unsupervised.
cannot leave me. I'm like, it's
She
a
like
codependent
we're
relationship right
actually
now.
I don't because like it's a different thing every day, and I'm
I
like,
mean, should
Kayla,
I come down and also
Yeah,
like
oh
please
yes,
do. You're
can we just
invited. Oh
cup
yes,
it
my
you
in?
should do
gosh.
that.
Uh-huh.
You should do that. Come down. We would love to have you.
Yes.
I said it like this is my home because I've been here for so long.
Yes.
Please
She's like,
come
"I live
I
here
know. I
play.
now." I'm
keep
like,
being like,
"Yes."
Caroline, when are you going back? She's like, I don't know. And I'm like,
Yeah.
when?
Mm-mm.
For real?
No, I like literally every morning I look at her. I'm like, you're not leaving. I'm letting you know. Like, you are my hostage.
It keeps snowing back home. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
No
There you
way.
go. Keep
No.
finding an
We just I
excuse.
we play pickleball in the driveway. We play tennis at
Yeah.
the park with the kids. Like it's a blast. It's so nice out. Like I'm not
Yeah.
leaving.
I
So we're
love
having a
that.
good time. We've been working on the podcast, and it's nice to have a community of women who kind of just build each other up, and it's just such a good feeling because
Yeah.
there is still so much for me because you're talking about finding that your spark and your confidence again, and like it's been 5 years and I still feel like I'm finding it,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
I hate to admit that it takes that long, but it's just one of those things where you're like, I don't trust myself and I don't trust my heart to like be open and like I'm very aware of this like wall that I've built brick by brick, but
Yeah, but it's like helped me so much. Like I'm currently going through a breakup. Yeah. This is obviously I have an ex, but I have another ex. So
Kayla had a boyfriend.
yeah, I had a little boyfriend for a bit. So
A
anyways, I'm
little
going through a breakup.
rendezvous.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah,
yes, it was I fell in love, whatever.
I guess
Um,
that's a little more than a rendezvous.
yeah, this is true. So but like all the things that you went through, you've helped, even though it's like I was married for 10 years, but like or almost, but it's crazy that, again, we all have stories and we can
Mhm.
all share as a collective so that we all don't make the same
Yeah,
mistakes
let's
over and
all
over
just
again.
compare notes, and
Yes.
so
Yeah.
we can all learn because like it shouldn't have taken me as long as it took me to get out of my crazy relationship, and like it shouldn't have taken you 2.5 years to get out of that. It's like
Right.
the writing's on the wall, and if we don't have our girls to one compare notes with, and two to be that pillar of
Support.
strength from our spine when we don't have
Have
one,
one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
like then you end up being in the worst relationships. And I look at my mom who was with my dad who was abusive for 30 years. Like I don't want
I know why women stay, and men. I know why people stay, especially when there's children involved. You really want to, especially also when there's an aspect of religion. When you when you are a Christian, you are a devoted, you are a selfless woman. You are supposed to, obviously we have our own beliefs in how men should lead homes and men should be the leaders of
She's
the
the same
faith.
as us.
What'd you say?
Exactly.
She was saying how we have our beliefs, how we believe men should lead a home, and I said
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
the
yeah.
same
Yeah,
as us.
no,
Oh
I
yeah,
know
I'm the same.
she's a woman of faith for sure. And so it's like I feel like that adds another layer of, devotion. And
Yeah.
so I totally understand, and we just have to give ourselves and other women grace for remaining when it's hard.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason because like I've never publicly like spoken about like my abusive relationship or anything, and like I'm a generally kind of like private person. I feel like at
You
the
really
older
are,
I know the older I
because
get, the more
people don't
private
even
I
know who's
become,
sick.
and
You don't
I
even say
know,
who this person
I
is
know,
that's sick
and
to
I
you.
think it
It's like,
and
I admire that about you because I
yeah.
don't know how to do
Well,
that.
I think it's like the reason that I'm talking about it now is like we were just saying, like I want to help somebody else. Like if somebody else is currently like going through this, and like Caroline and I have talked about this, like
Mhm.
there's a purpose from like my pain, right? Like I went through this, you went through
Always.
that, Kayla, you went through whatever, and like you
Yeah.
we can talk about it in a respectful way so women who might be or men who might currently be going through it can be like not feel alone and be like, you know what, like, ooh, like this person had a knife thrown at them, like my situation's similar or less similar, so if she stayed, like, I just feel like it can make people not feel alone, and like maybe if
Mhm.
give people courage to like have confidence in themselves, or I don't know, just not make the same mistakes like we went through our mistakes, so other people necessarily don't have to go through those mistakes, I guess is what I'm trying
100%
to
agree.
say.
And it's hard because in the situation that you were in, there was never, and this is kind of how I grew up. Well, he never hit us.
Yeah.
No, nobody ever. He never laid a hand on us. But you kind of justify the severe emotional abuse that you go through
Yes.
because, oh well, he didn't punch me in the face. You're like,
Right.
And that's crazy. It's like that's something we really need to as like a society work on, because it's funny because when I talk, it's not actually not funny, that's a wrong term, but ironic that all the women that I've talked to that have gotten divorced, when you go into that attorney, the first question the attorney almost always asks you, and again, this is just me speaking as a woman, they always say, "Did he ever hit you?" They don't ask any other questions, but it's
Wow.
like it's the first question. And it's like we also need to look at the fact that there is a lot of emotional abuse that
Mhm.
sometimes is I'm not even going to say way worse than physical, because nothing is comparable in general.
Right.
Everybody has their own thing, but it's just crazy because emotional abuse is such a thing. It's such a thing, and it's not talked about enough.
and it's hard
Yeah.
because there's that line of where and again, I've never been hit. Like, crazy guy kicked me a couple times, but it and like threw me around and whatever, but never,
Well,
it was
that
never like a,
counts,
Yeah,
ma'am.
that
but
counts.
that's the thing is like you
That
kind
is
of forget, like,
physical
okay, but like
abuse.
when I was under oath getting my restraining order,
Well, that too. Yeah.
his attorney asked me, has he ever hit you? And on the spot, like you're so like shaken up, and so you say no.
Right.
And then my therapist is like, why'd you say no? He remember the time he kicked you and he pushed you and he threw you off the bed, and I'm like, oh yeah,
I
it's
know
like
we
this weird.
downplay it all. It's so
It's you're like,
sad.
Yeah.
okay, but he never took like a
He
fist
never
to my
punched me in the
face.
face,
And
right?
you're like, well, he kicked you. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. And so, like, you kind of justify all these little things. And you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Or, oh, I understand why he
Yeah.
did this. And, oh, and the thing is like, sometimes I almost just wish, and again, I've never been punched in the face before.
Yeah, same.
So do it that way you will. But I feel like I would have gotten out a lot faster had I just been punched in the face. Because it'd be like,
Mm,
oh, there's that clear like line in the sand.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah, you can't go
Now I
back from
go.
that.
But a lot of people also that happens and they still stay.
Because
So
people apologize and you think, okay, it's gonna happen. They're gonna change. They're gonna do better. It's never gonna
That's
happen again. They love you
yeah.
so much.
That's what happened. I mean, not like the physical thing, but like it's almost like the same routine, right? Of like
Right.
the person and
Pulls you
apologizes
back
and this
in.
and that. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, like this was a mistake.
Right.
Like, let me give another chance. And then it just happens again. And there's always a reason and this and that. And I'm at some point you're just like, no. And like I don't want to sit here and just like shit on the male species because
1000%. Neither do we.
we know that like there are like godly men out there.
wonderful
There are
There's
man.
good people.
wonderful men out there.
My last
I didn't
relationship
even tell
was
her
with
to
a
say that. I love that she said that.
wonderful was with like a wonderful man. So like there like I know that God, has a wonderful, kind, like someone who's going to cherish and adore me and like
Mhm.
make me feel so special and protected and safe and loved. Like I know that that's out there. So like I
Yeah,
don't like I just want to like preface
preface that
everything
for
that I'm
sure.
saying is like this is one or two or three individuals. This isn't like everybody, but honestly, I'm going to say like it's slim pickings. Like I feel like
It's hard.
the majority is like, it's really
Right.
small amount of good men versus I don't know. I saw
There
this
are
like
the problem is I think that there have become a lot of really high value women, and we are incredibly capable, and I think it's just hard, where I'm personally having trouble meeting the men who are not already taken and who are
yeah.
also like I feel like the good ones got scooped up, but I mean, all I need is one, so I have faith
Yeah.
that
Not
he's out there.
necessarily. Yeah, I don't like to believe that either, like, I part of me says, like, a tiger never changes its stripes, but at the same time, I've seen not in my own life, but I've seen other friends have, people change and do a whole 180. And I feel like, a starter marriage is a great thing to have under your belt so that I do feel like men do
Yeah.
learn and they grow
Learn
and
from
they learn
experience.
everything that,
I
sometimes
I I think back on that, like, for who I was, like, 6, 7 years ago. I'm not a
entirely different
completely
person.
different person, but there's so much life that I've been through
Right.
that I really do feel like I've grown significantly, and, like, the friends that I knew from that chapter of life, like, I'm a much different person then. So it wouldn't be fair for me to say that men also obviously, like, can
Yeah,
go through
people
that
can change and
that
grow.
growth
Yeah.
period. It's just, again,
Yeah,
choosing to have that growth, but, um
and nobody wants to make the same mistakes again, like, so finding a man that has, maybe been married for either of you, it's like they've learned and they've gotten a little bit of, they went through the
experience.
school of
Emotional growth.
mhm,
Yeah.
I think it's important to find a man who like doesn't have an ego as well. Like somebody who's willing to be like, "Hi, I messed up. Like I'm going to listen to your feelings and then apologize."
1000%.
That's hard to find, but I know it exists because I had one at one point. It was lovely.
Mhm.
And I was like,
Mhm.
"What is this?" Okay.
Is this who I think it is?
Yeah.
I love a man that can be self-reflective and apologize and just be like,
Yeah.
I'm really sorry," and actually mean it when they
Yeah.
because women are so forgiving. If
Yeah.
you could do the most horrendous things, but like you said, like you went back because you got an apology.
Yeah.
Women love an apology and a
Yeah.
meaningful one.
And it's hot. Like, if I'm being honest, like, an emotionally mature man is
100%.
freaking hot. Like,
Yeah.
that is
Just to
gonna
feel
just, like
safe, like, as a woman, to, like,
yeah,
feel safe and allow your that
yeah. Well, because at
guard
the
to
end of
come
the day,
down.
nobody's perfect. Like, I'm gonna mess up
Right.
at some point, and I'm gonna apologize, and I hope that somebody would, like, take my apology and not be like, "Well, screw you."
Mhm.
You know what I
Have some
mean? So,
grace.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So it's like, an emotionally mature man is like biceps emotionally mature man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna choose an
You
emotionally
can go to the
mature
gym.
man. I
For
mean, yeah,
sure.
the biceps can, like, come
Also,
along
I
later.
know yeah, or, like, whatever, not at all, that's fine. So speaking of, we'll call him your emotionally mature man, that
Okay.
was the number one question that I got when I
Oh.
put up a question box. People were
Oh.
asking, "What happened to the emotionally mature man?"
Oh, I forgot about the question box. Oh, okay, yes, we will call him my emotionally mature man. He is a lovely human being, and we had so much love for each other, still do, and we respect each other to infinity and beyond.
Okay.
And we, wanted to have a life together. We had all the plans and everything, but there was just like situation, I guess, in our life that prevented that. And it was kind of that was kind of it was a very hard
Heartbreaking.
decision. Yeah, it was hard. Yeah, yeah, it was
As your friend,
heartbreaking.
it's heartbreaking to watch something
Yeah,
that's out of your control happen,
yeah,
and for 2 people who love each other to not be
be able to
able to choose
be
each
yeah.
other is really
Oh,
hard.
that's the hardest
Yeah.
thing
But
ever.
honestly, like at the end of the day, like I know that God
You're fine.
has me where I'm supposed to be. Like I feel like as much as I really like I thought like, oh, like we thought like we're gonna marry like each other. Like this is
Right.
it.
And you never
And
know, life is
yeah.
short.
Yeah. But like I know like now X amount of time has passed, looking back, like, I'm at peace with everything, and, like, I wish him nothing but the best, and, like, we have so much respect for each other, and I know that, like, that's not the life that God meant for me because otherwise, like, it would have happened, right? Like,
Right.
so
Yeah.
I feel okay about it now. Like, it was like the last year, like I said, like we had that happening. I was just heartbroken for so many. I don't want to start crying. I'm like, I was
Last
heartbroken
year
for
sucked.
so many
Last year
different
sucked.
reasons. It was like the hardest year of my life, but like
I'm
I'm
sorry.
I'm finally like the last couple of months have been like climbing my way out of the valley and I'm like, thank you,
Yeah.
Jesus. I needed
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah.
so I feel happy where I'm at right now. I feel hopeful for the future and like
How
I
long were
feel
you
like
guys
things are
together?
looking up. Ooh, a year and a half, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was like a very serious year and a half, like very serious.
She gets it. She gets it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
do I? Okay, I guess I get it.
Yeah, things ha can happen fast.
They can happen fast, and listen,
Yeah.
I'm, like, dealing with heartbreak right now too, so I
Oh, I'm
totally
sorry.
understand. Oh, no, it's fine. It's life,
The
but like you said,
worst.
like, you can still be a woman with, like, confidence and know and, like, deep love and devotion and just be like, "You know what? If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be."
Yeah,
But I think both of you went through these, relationships because I really think that that picked you up and saved you when
From another period of my
from
life,
another
for
chapter of
sure.
your life and helped you to like move forward and kind of give you some hope and
yeah,
distract you a bit. And I think for you, I think emotionally mature man kind of helped piece back together what a lot of the confidence that that crazy guy broke.
Yeah, that's so
yeah, that's
true.
so true.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
the thing is like unfortunately like that relationship wasn't your forever and that is sad. It's sad to, like, be like, "I love this person and I wish that we could make it
And we
work."
probably are all like the have that and I'm not don't like to categorize myself as a hopeless romantic, but I feel like just girls, we
I
normally
am.
do and be like, "Oh, okay, maybe they're just gonna come with a knight in shining armor, and then they're gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh, it's all gonna work out, and you're gonna get married and have a beautiful story to say." So,
Yeah.
not to say that it's, it is what it is, but yes, what is it? It won't miss you.
What's
What
for you will
What's
never
meant
Thank
miss
for
you.
you.
you will never miss you. Yeah. There
Correct,
are other
agreed.
knight in shining armors out there, and we can
One of
also
my
be our knight.
favorite yeah,
Yes.
except that I want a big beefy knight on a
Yeah,
horse
yeah.
and
It's you know what it is?
with
It's like
a
I don't
sword.
need it. I want it.
And it
100%.
one of my favorite things about you, Angela, is that no matter what you go through and sometimes, like, it's so hard as your friend to be on the other end of the phone when you're telling me what's happening because I'm such a fixer and I
Mm,
want to, like, how do I solve this? And there's nothing that, like I can't heal your sick person.
Yeah.
And, like, I can't fix the situation that was happening with the guy and all of these things that go on, but you know who can, and the person that you always turn to is Jesus, and I think it's so, like, inspiring. I talk about you in our Bible
admirable.
study all the time.
Hmm.
Like, everybody in Bible study knows you by name because
Nice.
I
They do.
see so much, of Jesus in you and the way that no matter what hand you get dealt, like, you are always like, God provides, like and, like, even when life is really hard and you're mad and you're a little bit mad at God and, like, you still, like, love God and turn to him, and you can have that relationship, and I think, like, a lot of people in their faith don't think that they can be mad at God
Oh, yeah, and still praise
Question
him.
or
and
ask
still
questions.
right.
Absolutely.
But instead of turning their back to God, I'd rather you be mad at it mad to his face, and that's the thing
Mhm.
is like because
Yeah.
then you get over it and you, like, you work through it and you
Yeah.
see, like, why he put you through that specific season and that specific valley, and, like,
Right.
you know what I mean? And the thing is like, maybe you and that guy had to break up because you wouldn't have been home with your person, and
Yeah.
they really needed you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like, one of my favorite things about you is your faith, and, like, how do you
Thank you.
through everything you've been through, how do you keep turning to God, and how do you keep from staying in that place where instead of, like, turning your back on him, you stay facing him and head on?
I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel so deeply connected to my faith. Like I
Did you
have
grow up in the church?
So I grew up Catholic,
Okay.
and like we would go on like Christmas and Easter, but like I don't like ever remember, I don't
You
wanna
were a
say
creaster.
enjoying. No, like I never felt connected when I went to Catholic
Right.
church.
That's how
Then
I
I
felt.
moved to South Carolina, and like if you are Catholic, and that is so great. Like I don't want anybody to think I'm like crapping on the Catholic faith.
Catholicism's right.
But I moved to South Carolina, and I ended up going to like a Christian church. And
Mhm.
I just remember being like, I felt so moved. I felt so connected. I felt so happy. I was feeling in church, and I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my gosh, like what have I been missing? Like, and I just have been going to church like ever since, and the Christian church, and I love it. But I'm also the person who's like, I don't need to be in a church to
Yeah.
talk to God. I
Have a
talk to
relationship.
God all the time. He is my father. He is my best friend. Like he's my confidant. I will like sometimes if situations happen, I will like be upset and question him, and but at the same time, it's like I know that he has good plans for me. He has plans to
Right.
prosper me, and like he knows everything. I don't. It's like, have you ever seen the I love it. It's like a rendering, an illustration of Jesus with a teddy bear.
Yeah.
And there's
We
two
always
teddy
talk about
bears.
that.
I love it. And it's like this little girl, he has like a small teddy bear, like, and
Mhm.
she's like, no, I want it. And she's upset. But what you can't see is behind Jesus's back is this like huge, enormous teddy bear with flowers
Mhm.
and like balloons or whatever. And it's like, I just kind of, to answer your question, keep my faith and knowing that like God is in control. I honestly don't want to be in control. And I have like I want to be in control, but like at the end of the day, I really don't because
Mhm.
it's a lot. Like
Right.
he knows the end from the beginning and the beginning from the end, and he knows what's going to happen. And if I knew all of that, it would be overwhelming. So like
For
I
sure.
just trust that like he has my best interest at heart, and he can do anything in the blink of an eye. Like he
Mhm.
can, I know it. Like
Absolutely.
I like the Bible. So I think what kind of helps to keep me connected is I do a devotional every day. If you follow me on Instagram, I used to post them a lot more. Um,
You
but
should
like,
definitely do that more. I love that.
yeah,
I love reading along with
and
what
I
you're
know,
doing.
and I don't know why. I think because I don't know, like, well, honestly, I changed my devotional every year, and sometimes like I don't love them as much as like some authors as much as the other one. So it's like I want to feel
Right.
connected. Like I'm not going to post something just to post it ever. Like I want
Yeah.
to feel connected to it. So like I do a daily devotional every morning with my coffee. I read my Bible every morning. Even if you read like a verse a day, like it
Mhm.
doesn't. You don't need to just be like so good. And if you are, that's fine. But like I just stay connected because I feel connected. I don't know, but like I've read the Bible front to back twice now.
That's amazing.
Really?
And yeah, and like I highlight in it. I love my Bible. It's the She Reads Truth Bible. And like
Okay.
because sometimes the Bible can be confusing. You're like, what am I
Absolutely.
reading?
It can be very
So,
overwhelming.
it's for women, and it's like a Bible for women. And like, it has like the Bible verses, and then underneath there's like a little blurb, and it kind of like explains what you just read.
Right.
So I think just having a monumental faith is number one of like how I get through things.
Mhm.
And then two is, I do my devotional and I read my Bible, and I try to just I go to church, and I just try to stay connected that way. But like,
Mhm.
I would not be able to get through life without God. And it makes me so sad for people who don't know God, because their
100%.
life, and I know people who don't know God, and I'm just like, your life would be so much better if you would just lean into this. But it's one of
Mhm.
those things of like,
You
you
gotta
can
let
Sometimes
them
be
it's
an
come in.
difficult.
example and
Yeah.
let them see you, and then that kind of be there like, oh, okay, well, let me see what this is about type of thing.
Right.
But that's the thing that I love about you. So it kind of goes back to God. And so like, I don't know if you've ever read Everybody Always by
Yeah.
Bob Goff, but
No.
he talks about the way that like Jesus loves everybody always.
Right.
And I totally see that in you. And obviously like there's some things where you like, you know, there are some people who should just were made in the past where they are, and you can just be like, okay.
Right.
But I really do feel like I love that you are the person I see Jesus in the most, and the way that you just always kind of handle
Aw.
everything with like that everybody always, meaning like there's everybody always gets love. Like, you have such a big heart and there's so much kindness that you have to offer. And I think your story is so cool. So I hope
Well,
one
I love that, but, like, I wanna add to that. I think that that's great, but I do think that, like, we've had these conversations, there's also boundaries where you need to love
Yes.
yourself. So it's like
Yes.
Yeah.
you
Yes.
can
Thank
still
you.
love
Yes.
somebody else and, like, necessarily like, if I've blocked someone, it's to protect me. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
because I have hatred
Yeah.
for them, I
Right.
when something's done, it's done, but, like, I have to, we as women or men going through something to protect our own mental health and protect our
Yeah.
own boundaries and our own self-worth. It's like, no, you don't get to treat me this way and have access to me until
Right.
maybe, yeah, down the road and you've realized or you want to, come and apologize or all that stuff. Like, again, people can change, but there has to be a boundary and,
Yeah. And
you
that's
know,
something that like I've really gotten great at over the last like couple of years is like I can like love you from afar. Like I can, so
100%.
you know what it is I can forgive you, but I don't have to forget.
Right.
So it's like don't get it. This is something that I've actually always said about me, and I'm glad that we're talking about it, is like don't mistake my kindness for weakness.
100%. Same.
Like I am the sweetest,
I'll
most
give you a
kind,
thousand chances.
loving girl, but
Mhm.
like if you come to a point where like you cross me or like you
Disrespect you.
do whatever,
Yeah.
then I will be like, bye-bye. I'll do it
Yeah.
nicely.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna curse you out and
No,
but
Yeah.
she just
like
like stop, drops, and rolls out of there.
Yeah.
Like,
And
and
that's the
like,
best way to do it.
you're just like,
and
okay.
it's scary because I'm scary because with me, like I said, like it's all or nothing. So like you may
Yes.
like push
Yeah.
me that one last time and think you're gonna get away with it, and I'm like, boy,
Mhm.
bye. Like
Mhm.
what Caroline, what's the one thing? You're never mind.
What? What?
What was the thing? You're inconsistent.
Oh, your
Your
inconsistency gives me
inconsistency
the ick.
is no, that's not what I
Oh no, boring.
You're
It's
it's
boring. That was
boring
it.
to me.
Your
Like somebody
inconsistency is
will
boring
push
to
me
me.
so many times, and then if I am finally like, you know what, honey, like this one
That
guy,
was what it was. It was your inconsistency is
yeah, this
boring.
one guy, it was like I really like again saw the best in him and wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt because he had X, Y, and Z going on. He had like a big job and like all this
Mhm.
pressure and all this stuff,
And
and
he was
he
like so respectful because you, sorry, this is probably TMI for you, but you don't give it up. Like, you are a
oh
good
no,
girl.
yeah,
And I
Yeah,
love
that's
that.
great.
And he really stuck it out. Like, and I love that you didn't, because he never could get to a place emotionally that you needed him to get to. But you like are
yeah.
such a good girl in the way that you respect yourself and your body and all of those things.
Mhm.
And he just his inconsistency
And
became
yeah, so and he kept like he just it was like to the point where I was just bored with it because I was like, what this isn't going anywhere. What is this
Right.
like? And I just wanted him to be who I knew he could be, and he wasn't. And I just gave him like again XYZ amount of time. And one day I was like, this is done. And I was like talking to Caroline about it, and we were like chatting, and I
as
finally
true
ended
best
up,
we do. We're both
yeah, we're like
like
crafting.
we're like copy paste, tweak this, do it. We're like, it's not enough to like be sending it back and forth. We're also like on the phone with each other doing it.
It was best friend mode activated. And I literally told him and I said, your inconsistency is boring to me. And when I tell you this man was shook, he was shook. And I've not spoken to him again. Didn't
Wow.
like so that's what I mean. Like I am kind and sweet and loving, but also like
To a
Honey,
point, right.
you only get so much time, you only get so many chances because I know my worth and I say
Mhm.
that humbly, but like again, I'm 36. I'm not looking to like dick
To
around.
play
Like
around,
I
right.
want to be married. I'm looking for my husband. I date to marry. So like if I'm
Mhm.
giving you a chance, respect that and know that it's a serious thing. Like I'm
Yeah.
not some biddy who's
You value
wanting
your time. That's
right.
good.
I saw
Yeah.
something the other day. It was like,
I feel like my
like,
sass
oh, like
just came out.
you should date more and
Good
da da
job.
da. You should like go out and be dating. Da, da, da. I'm like, no, I am somebody's wife. Like, and
Yeah.
that's how I feel because
But I
I haven't dated in so long. And it was like, no, like I like had my 20s, like where I went on like multiple, I was talking to different guys and all the things. Like I had that season
You
of
had that
life.
era.
I
right.
had that era. I now my era is that I'm waiting for my husband. My husband clearly
But if you
got
don't
down
go
on his
out, you
knees one
don't find
night.
your husband.
I go out plenty. I get my husband got down on his knees one night and he said, "Dear Lord, please protect my wife from all that dick that's just slanging around. Don't have it go anywhere near her. and please protect her from all of the men who are not going to treat her right. And you know
Yeah.
what? That's where the
That's what
season's
he's
gonna
doing.
end. Like,
Yeah.
he just
God is a girl dad.
Oh,
he's
he
a
is.
girl
He
dad.
totally is a girl dad. For
And
sure.
yeah, and I'm somebody's wife, and he is just
And
like,
if God sends, like I think this too, like if there's a man that's praying for a specific woman and God sends him that woman and he makes the mistakes
He
and messes
fumbles.
up, he doesn't get the second chance at another woman.
excuse me, he's not going to make any mistakes. He's going to know what he has when he has it.
Yeah,
And
exactly. That's what you want. So you make that prayer clear.
But that's the thing is like, I'm asking God for the highest value man. Why wouldn't I want to hold myself to that same standard?
No, it doesn't mean you're going around sleeping around with every guy. 1000%. Like never give away the cookie.
One of the things that I think that all three of us have in common is one, just like our religious view and the way that we get on top of things, but also like, I love the way that it's like, we don't want to bash on men, even though we've been through so many hard things. But also I think like airing into that, like we listened to a great podcast yesterday about feminism and the way that, um, I don't know, like how do I want to explain this? I want to help a girl out. I'm struggling to get the words out. I'll discombobulate.
Well, what part were you gonna try to?
I know, we all got
But just
She's like, well, what exactly?
What part?
I don't know what I'm trying to say. No, just about the way that like I think being a traditional woman has really been kind of like frowned upon, and there's been so much shame like associated with having traditional values.
Right.
And I really
Mhm.
do notice an uprising of women wanting to be more traditional, of men wanting to be more traditional, and people getting back to traditional values. And I
Mhm.
think that we really need that. But I love that like you have never sacrificed that, Angela. You know who you are, and you have really stuck to that. And like, how do you have that kind of strength in a world that's always telling you that you need to do this and you need to do that? And how do you stay so steadfast in your beliefs of you're just who you are?
Yeah, I think it is. I am like, you know what? Whatever works for everybody else, that's good for y'all. I know what works for me, and I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
Like, if you want to do X, Y, and Z in your household, and then love that for you.
Right.
And like a not in like a rude way, but honestly, like do you, honey. But like I'm gonna do me. And so I feel like again, like I just know that God has not had me wait 36 years to not, and God would not have also put the dream in my heart of being a wife and a mom if he's not going to bring it to
Right. If you
fruition.
didn't
I know it.
100%.
I know it with my whole being. And again, it's like I just have this confidence in the Lord and a confidence in myself that I know what I'm worth. I know what I bring to the table. Again, I say that in a nice, like, like I just know my worth.
No one's questioning that you're not saying it in
Yeah.
that way.
Totally.
Like,
And and
you're
like
allowed to know your worth
yeah,
and not have
and
it be
like
arrogance,
Apologize.
I think
Exactly.
there's some like phrase that I heard once, and it was like, I can provide what I require. You know what I mean? It's like, you love me, I'll love you more. You like treat me good, I'll treat you better. That's what it is. You treat me good, I'll treat you better. It's like,
Women
I
multiply.
just
I always say that.
know.
This is one of Kayla's
Yeah.
favorite
Oh
quotes.
my God. Yes. It's like, you bring me the ingredients, I'll make the meal.
Mhm.
You bring me you buy the house, I'll make it a home.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You bring
like
me
all
a
those
sperm, I'll
things.
make a baby, you know? Yeah.
100. Yeah. And it's just like, I just have always felt like I want to be in my feminine.
Mhm.
And if somebody else doesn't want to do that, then that's okay. But
Mhm.
then you're not for me. Or like, that's okay. Like, I think that's how I stay rooted is like, that's okay. Whatever works for everyone else, then that works for everyone
Mhm.
else. What works for me is what works for me. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to like me as a person. You don't have to love me as a person. Like, I'm not going to get along with everybody. I
Mhm.
generally try to, and I generally do, but I'm not naive enough to be like, it's my way or the
Right.
highway. I just know like what God put in my heart, and that's what I cling
And
to.
that's the epitome of faith. Truly, like
Yeah.
that's
And I
it.
love the way that you have such confidence with it, because I think so many times, especially like, I mean, like I know myself personally, I bought into this like, oh, CEO, boss babe, like this whole thing that you have to be all the things all at
Yeah.
once. And it's like, like I know what I bring to the table and I'm unapologetic about that. And I think like, I don't know, cause like we always say like, and you have, children already, so whatever, but and we're married, whatever. But Angela and I always say, like, I was born to be a wife and a mother, and, like,
Mhm.
obviously I have other
Yeah.
things going on, whatever,
Yeah,
but,
that's
like,
the God's role.
Yeah.
I've always wanted that more than anything else. Like, everything else I've ever done, um, it was funny. One of my ex-boyfriends was talking about, his, like, sister-in-law, and he was like, "Oh, she's just killing time."
Hmm.
And it was made to, like, with so much disdain, like, meaning that she was just killing time until she, like, could be a wife and a mother, and I'm like, "What an ugly way to, like, look at that." Like, what
Yeah, I don't
it
love how
was
that's
so
Yeah.
framed.
should have
Not
been my first
desperate.
red flag, first of
Right.
all, like, oh, like, because he just didn't put the same value in that
Yeah.
area that I hold to the highest regard.
Right.
And I think so many people do that where they kind of look down on women for wanting that, and I'm so
No, I
I
feel like
oh, I
culture is
have something to
shifting.
say about
Yeah.
that. I
what?
have something to say about that. I have something to say about that, and I think it's another reason why I feel so confident and like my decision of like, oh, I want to be a wife and a mom and like period and a story. And it's because if I wanted, and I said this to somebody recently, like if I wanted to go be like a boss ass bitch lawyer and like be partner at a firm, I know I could.
Mhm.
Like I graduated summa cum laude. I know I have the brains. I know I have the
Mhm.
determination. Like if I wanted to, I would.
Mhm.
Like, and I think that's like another thing of like I don't need that. I want that.
Mhm.
Or, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think it's, if I wanted to do those things, I know I could accomplish them. That's just not where like the passion of my heart lies.
100%.
It's unfortunately, I mean, I guess I don't want to say it's unfortunate, but like, do I wish sometimes that like what would bring me happiness and joy and passion is like climbing the ladder and making millions?
Right.
For
Right.
sure.
That's
Do I
not who you
like, would
are.
that make my life easier? 100%. But that's not what's going to bring me joy. What's going to bring me joy is like baking cupcakes for my kids' class party and going in to read.
Mhm.
What's going to bring me joy is like rubbing my husband's shoulders and being, when he gets home from work and being like, how was your day, honey? Like, that's the shit that like,
Totally.
I can't
And you can
wait,
use
you know?
your brains and whatever later on after you
Yeah.
have children, and
And
that's
also,
something
like,
like a
Yeah.
passion
while
project.
I think the last thing that I wanted to say about all of this is like, and just if you like want to be a wife and a mom, like that also doesn't mean that like you or I can't have a hobby outside of that that
Totally.
like brings me joy. You know what I mean? Like I've always said when I be a wife and mom, I also still would love to model, like because that brings me joy. Like it's fine to have like passions outside of that. Like I
I
just
could
remember
totally see you being such a cute, like, mommy model, like, you know what I
I
mean? Like,
would
I
love
think that
that.
that would be
That would
so
make me
amazing and
happy.
so, like, on point
Yeah.
for you, and then also I think, like, when you are in that chapter of life, you will totally be, like, the mommy blogger, influencer kinda girl, and I really also think that, like, this chapter that you're in right now with your sick family member,
Mhm.
so hard not to say who it is because 'cause I'm, like, not used to
You're just I know.
yeah, but Um, I really think that you are it's in this caretaker role. So it's like, you could go out off and do the X, Y, and Z things, but again, like you are just such a nurturing person down to your core. And I feel like God like gave you this experience, unfortunately, because
Yeah.
it's such another caretaker nurturing role for you to be in because it's just like so who you are.
Are you a water
And
Yeah.
sign? Is she a water sign?
they need you. She's a Scorpio, is
I'm
that
a
fair?
Scorpio.
It's
I
got
don't
to
know
be
anything
fire.
about that.
Yeah.
No, I think I might be water. I actually don't know.
Scorpio
Yeah.
feels
But all
like
I know, I
fire.
feel like the whole caretaker thing is honestly like, in a way, prepared me to have children because
Absolutely.
I've had to be selfless
Yeah.
and like,
Sacrifice.
do 100%. So I feel like I mean, like God has a purpose for everything. Do I wish that things were different? I do.
You are a water
I
sign.
do. Am I? Yeah, I
So
don't
am
know.
I.
But okay. Oh, okay,
So I was
girl.
like, "Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about."
Yeah. But I think at the end of the day, like all I want in my life is just love, peace, happiness, joy, safety. Like I've always just I want everyone to be happy.
Mhm.
Like I'm it's just then like I am the rainbows, puppies, butterflies poster child.
Yeah.
And people don't love that
Actually.
sometimes. Other times they do.
Yeah.
But like I am who I am and you
And
take
that's
it or leave it.
that's what it
Love me
is,
or you don't.
right.
Okay, please take this to heart when I say I need you to be posting more
I'm
because
nervous.
I think you have such
Oh.
amazing perspectives that I think the world needs more of. Like, and I obviously talk to you every single day, but like
Yeah.
getting to speak to you in like a proper interview format.
Yes.
I am just like so in love with you all over again in the way that you like show up and
Aw.
are so
She's so sweet.
unapologetically yourself. And I really do feel with every fiber of my being that the world needs more of what you have to say because it is such a refreshing take of like, I am who I am. Like, let me be like rainbows and kittens and butterflies and all the things. And
Unapologetically.
you're
Yeah.
so unapologetically yourself, and in such a girly way, where we were talking about this the other day. It's like being girly there was a minute where like being girly was kind of like, don't be like such a girl. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
Be
we're getting back.
strong, be bossy, be a brat, all this stuff. And it's like,
It's
no,
okay
no,
to
no,
be
no, no.
soft and
Yeah.
feminine and all those things. And there's so much strength in that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Oh, listen, I had a man on national TV tell me that being a wife and a mom wasn't enough for him. And I came out of that and I said, okay. honey.
What?
So,
yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. On her.
And where is he nowadays?
flexing his abs like a
Oh. Does he have
That's
a
what I
wife
mean.
and children?
Like, no,
I don't know.
think-
I don't
actually
keep
don't
tabs on
know.
him.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Nobody
But
wears
like, that's what I
way.
mean. Is like, then that doesn't work for you, but that works for me.
right.
And that just
Yeah.
means,
You
Right.
don't
you know what I
falter on
mean?
that.
Like everybody, I just want everyone to be in their own lane, be in their own bubbles,
Mhm.
be happy, and just
That
like be good people.
I
End of
think a
story.
lot more people need to really learn the value of staying in your own lane and respecting other people's lanes. Like
Yeah.
their lane is not your lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Worry about
fine.
We can
yourself.
have differing opinions and still coexist. It's
1000%.
respect. That's it.
1000%.
All right,
But
Ange, where can people find you?
oh, people can find me. All of my social handles are at AngK7, and it's ANGKAY7. The K is spelled out. And then I do have a YouTube channel. I don't post on it
Nice.
anymore, but
I
like I loved that era of my life, and it's youtube.com/Angela Amezcua. But I think it's like I have one of those like tree links on my thing, so it's on my Instagram, so you can just click there for all my stuff, probably.
Perfect.
Like I said, you need to be sharing more with the world. So I'm going to vote for you to get back into YouTube. I really think that you bring a lot of value, and I know it's hard with everything you have going on, but I hope one day that
Yeah.
you can kind of let people in a little bit deeper, because I think that there's so much beauty and value in the things that you have to say. So,
Oh,
Angela,
thanks, friend.
thank you so much for coming on the Comeback
Thank you
Era.
it's so nice to meet you.
Oh my God, I know. This is so exciting.
Yeah.
I know. And
Can't wait
I'm
to
excited.
hear all
I'm
the
first
next,
guest. I feel so special. and
Yeah.
loved.
Duh. Thank you for working with us through all of our technical difficulties.
Yes.
You
Of
were
course.
just such a light in this world always. And
Aw,
we love you.
thanks.
All right.
We love you. Mwah.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. See ya.